restart my recording. So just, oh no, I got somewhere in this one. Sorry. Right, let's get warmed up. I shall spotlight myself. Full screen. There we go. So, let's just have a little check of our posture before we get moving. So again, having a little rock from sit bone to make sure that you are in the front part of the chair. So that we'll use our core muscles. So gently just hugging the belly in to lengthen the spine. And let's squeeze the shoulders up towards the ears and then just drop and release. Let's do that again. And you maybe can squeeze your hands and even your face. And release. Let's do that one more time. So squeezing up and release. Oh, good. We'll bring some warmth into our hands and thinking about like you would put that hand cream on to give a little massage for your hands, rubbing the palms and the fingers. I feel it's a little bit colder today, but lovely with the glorious sunshine after all that rain this weekend. Good. And then starting to just rub one arm, creating a little bit of warmth there. To see where it feels like you need a little bit of care and attention in the arm and maybe on the shoulder there on that side. Good. And then we change sides, rubbing the other arm. Good. And then bringing that warmth into the hands again. And we're going to brush along one arm from the shoulder down towards the fingers. So like we would release the energy through the arm, through the fingers, anywhere on the arm, inside or outside, where it feels good. One more big brush here. And then lower down. Just take a moment, maybe close the eyes or lower the gaze to notice. Maybe feeling that tingling in the arm, specifically on that side that you were just working on. And then we'll take the palms together, create a little bit more of that warmth and energy in the palms, hands. And then we'll go to the other arm, just releasing from the shoulder towards the fingers, maybe under the arm, inner arm, outer arm, wherever feels good. One more big brush. And then again, lowering and just feeling that nice awakening in the arms and hands and fingers. Good. Let's bring the hands to the chest and just gently with your fingers, like that slightly heavier rain that we had this weekend, just getting a little bit of circulation in our chest. Good. And then we're going to cross the hands and we're going to sweep across in 3, 2, 1, open out. Let's do that again. Like you give yourself a little hug. 3, 2, 1, open. And then lowering the arms down. Very good. Let's start to bring that warmth into our legs, just rubbing one leg. See if you can reach to the under of that leg and to the knees and back of the knees. If you can reach lower down to the calves. Good. And then we're going to do that to the other leg. Start to rub the upper leg. Knees, we'll go back and down along the calf. And then coming up. Lovely. Oh. And then finding that length through the spine, we're just going to focus on our feet, feeling like you can relax and release and spread your toes to the ground. I'm just going to turn this way so you can see we're going to lift the heels and press them down. Lift and press. Just getting a little bit of movement into our ankles. Good. And then lower down. And now placing both hands on one leg and just leaning slightly into the leg so you can feel there's a little bit of a weight. And then now with that resistance, trying to resist that with your arms, that movement of the heels. It feels a little bit harder work as we lift up. And then we'll drop the heel in 3, 2, 1. Oh, Let's do that again. Pressing down and trying to resist, almost like you're trying to not let the heel come up. So slowly, slowly lifting up. And then we'll drop in 3, 2, 1, drop. Very good. Let's take the hands to the other side, creating a little bit of that weight on the leg, and then start to peel your heel up with that resistance. Push gently down with the arms, and then we're going to drop in 3, 2, 1. Once more. Pressing up, resisting, and 3, 2, 1, drop. Very good. Let's take one arm to the side, lengthen through the spine. You can hold the side of the chair if you like, and we're just going to draw that big arch over our head and come into a side bend. A little cut off there, but you can see a gentle bend for the side. And now take a deep breath in to sweep the arm back up, reaching and lengthening. And release. Good. Let's take that to the other side. Scoop with the other arm. Draw that big arch over your head, reaching, lengthening. And just pause there for a moment. And then we'll take a deep breath in to sweep up. And release. Good. Let's just gently hold our forearms or wrists, find where you can reach. And we're going to do a little bit of a sort of that figure of 8, letting the elbows lead, feeling the weight of the arms as you drop to the side, getting a little bit of that twist and swing going on here. Good. And then next one coming up, finding that length through the spine, draw the shoulders down, take a deep breath in here. And as you exhale, we're going to just twist to one side. This time the spine is nice and tall here. Good. And then slowly coming to the center. We'll take that to the other side. Take a deep breath in, lengthen through the spine, draw the shoulders down. And then exhale, twist to the other side. And just keep breathing here. And then slowly coming to the center and releasing the arms. Good. One more thing here. We're going to come into a little swim. So curve, think like the back of middle back is pushing to the back of the chair, pulling the belly in, rounding the spine, reaching with the fingers forward. And then think this is a little bit sticky water and heavy. So we're going to have to push like we did that honey and marshmallow with Louisa the other week. I like that. So curving forward, reaching, and think like you push through that sticky honey, marshmallow, whatever you want to imagine. Once more curving. And then with a bit of that resistant push to the side, swimming through. And then let's just take the hands to the side of the chair or to the back to open the chest. Good, and slowly release. Now it's going to finish by bringing everything together, squeezing your fingers, your toes, your core, your face, and we're just going to finish with big, loud, whatever noise you want to make, and opening, releasing that energy. 3, 2, 1, pa! Good, and then release. Lovely. Well done. I'm going to hand over to Louisa now for our next exercise.
Thank you, Rosa. I'm just going to reopen my curtains because it's gone very dark in here. The rain has come again in London. Right, we're going to begin the session with our Hansel exercise where he's being forced to eat as much as he can to be fattened up so he's a good meal for the witch. So just checking that we've got our seat bones firmly in towards our chair and our feet are in our parallel position. We begin this exercise by lifting our arms all the way up to the ceiling, really reaching, and then you're going to bring your palms on top of one another as you push your palms down towards your lap and really feeling that resistance here as though we're kind of the idea is to make room for lots of food. So pushing down, making room for some food. We then clasp our hands under one thigh, lift up our foot, and we place it down back into parallel position this time. And we do that on the other side, lifting through that leg and placing down. We're then bringing our arms into our first position here. One arm and then the other. And our hands are quite close together because if you remember, they get further and further and further apart as we go through the exercise. And from here, you're just going to let one elbow just take that figure of 8 motion, and then going to the other side, taking that figure of 8 motion. And then on the third time, we do a big circle all the way over our heads, making sure you're feeling nice and strong through your core as you take that all the way around, rolling back up through the spine, sitting up nice and tall. And then we're going to reach our hand through our cage so that the witch can test how our flesh is feeling and snap it back in. And doing that to the side, reaching, 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 and snapping that back in. Good. And then we try and escape through our prison bars. So it's as though we're trying to really pull the bars apart there to squeeze through. Now from here, our hands are then going to float back up to the ceiling. Fingers are splayed, palms come on top of each other as we push down, feel that resistance again. And this time we're kind of getting towards our sort of chest area, because there's not as much room as there was last time. Good. And we take that clasp under one thigh and slightly move that foot out to the side. And we do that with the other foot. So we're getting a bit bigger here, bringing one hand into a wider first position and the other hand joins. So we've got more space between our fingers here. We're then taking that figure of 8. Let's go to the other side first this time. We've got a 1 dropping and a 2 dropping, and then a circle all the way around above your head. Keep moving, 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 and rolling up through your spine. We're reaching the other hand forward this time, reaching, reaching, and bringing it back to the side, reaching, bringing back, and pulling those bars across, feeling that resistance, lovely. And last time we reach up to the ceiling, hands come on top of one another as we press down, and they get to about our chin here this time, and we release. We clasp under our leg again, open out slightly wider with one foot and again with the other foot. And you can take a little bit of adjustment here if you need to find that strong position. Taking our arms into a kind of second position, one arm and then the other. And as it really feels as though you're holding something here, okay? And we're dropping to one side and to the other side. Taking it all the way around above our heads, all the way to the side, back to the front, rolling up through our spine. Reaching one hand through, you can have a bit of a wiggle through your fingers on this time. It goes lovely with the music, that good. And bringing it back to the side, wiggling through your fingers and bringing in. Good. And we finish with a final press through. Really, really stretching through your arms and release. Gorgeous. Okay, bring your feet back into parallel position. Let's give that a go all the way through with some music. We got quite a long introduction here, so I'll let you know when we're getting going. Here we go. Sitting up nice and tall. Arms drop down. Reaching. And pressing down. Good. Lifting one leg, placing down. Other leg. Good. Arms into first. And taking that figure of 8. All the way around. Reaching forwards. And in. Other side. Good. And pulling those bars. Lifting. Pressing down. Picking up. Placing down. Other foot. Bringing your arms into a wider first position. and finish with that pull. And release. Really lovely. That looked great from what I can see. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I will pass over to Nia now for some vocal work.
Thank you, Louisa. That was brilliant. And if everybody would like to come into gallery view, that would be lovely for the last Zoom gallery vocal. And we've been going through all the characters in Hansel and Gretel, and finally we've reached the witch. So the witch in the opera Hansel and Gretel appears as a voice before we actually see her. When Hansel and Gretel have spotted the gingerbread house, started eating from it, and they hear the witch's voice singing. And as in the fable, she seems to be a kindly woman at first, and she entices them in, and then she transforms into this evil figure. So we're going to use some of the vocal themes that come up in her part in the opera Hansel and Gretel, and we're going to start with the little theme that they hear in the wood, and they're not even sure whether they're hearing a voice or not. And she sings, "Greedy little mousie, who's nibbling at my housie." And this little theme keeps coming back. So let's just sing that. And it's quite gentle because she's not revealing herself to be evil old cow that she really is. So evil, greedy little mousie who's nibbling at my housie. Let's just sing that together. And greedy little mousie who's nibbling at my housie. And in the opera Hansel and Gretel look around wondering what that is, and then they decide, oh no, it's not a voice, it's just the breezes blowing through the woods. And they sing, the wind, the heavenly wind. And of course the singers have a lot of fun with that, given that they've just been eating sweets. Saying the wind is slightly dodgy, but so we're going to sing that as Hansel and Gretel now, looking around. First of all, where on earth has that voice come from? So let's just sing their line, the wind, the heavenly wind, together. Ready? And the wind, the heavenly wind. And the witch's voice comes back again as they carry on eating. So we'll do that again. Greedy little mousie, who's nibbling at my housie? Just with a little hint more menace, just a little bit, little edge. Okay, ready? And greedy little mousie, who's nibbling at my housie. Oh, that's great facial expressions going on here. It's fantastic. And again, Hansel and Gretel look around and they sing the wind, they decide the heavenly wind. Ready? And the wind, the heavenly wind. That's right. Okay, so now there is a whole load of singing, which is a bit complex. So what we're going to do is summarize what happens when the witch appears and she morphs from the kindly lady to the witch. And we're going to do it with a laugh. Okay, so I guess we're all going to feel a little bit silly, but one last time, let's sit in our spaces feeling silly, making noises. Okay, so we start off with a very sort of gentle sort of laugh. And I want to see your gentlest jolly face as you do that laugh. Ready? Fantastic. And then I want you to start turning that into a witchy laugh. Yes. So we'll do the witchy laugh first. Yeah. Wow, Louisa, blimey. That was quite scary. So witchy laugh together and and now let's see if we can morph from one to the other in one. Okay, so we start with our jolly laugh and then we'll morph into our witchy laugh. Ready and go. Brilliant. Looks fantastic. I wish I could hear you next week. Excellent. So we've done our witchy morphing laugh. And the next thing that happens is that she sings a spell which she casts on Hansel so that she can put him in the cage. And in the opera, she sings this phrase, hocus pocus. Let's just do that first. Hocus pocus. Yes. Oh, I'm liking the spells being cast here. And then the next phrase is bonus jocus. So it's kind of pig Latin. Bonus jocus. Ready? Same notes. Bonus jocus. Yes. Malus locus is the next one. Same notes again. Malus locus. And then the last hocus pocus will be the loudest phrase. Same notes and hocus pocus. And in the opera, it then sort of starts to space out these hocus pocuses as the spell starts to work. So she goes into a whisper almost, and she goes hocus pocus, hocus pocus. Yeah. So let's do our hocus pocuses. We'll get louder through them, through the phrases, but then the last bit, and if you can, get nearer so we can get some spooky eyes going on, that would be even better. Okay, so we'll start with hocus pocus, and we're going to get louder with each phrase. Here we go, hocus pocus and hocus pocus, bonus jocus. Bonus jocus, malus locus, malus locus. Last hocus pocus, loud. Hocus pocus. Now whispering. Hocus pocus. One more. Hocus pocus. Amazing. That's fantastic. And then we'll finish with a huge triumphant witchy laugh. Okay, ready? Go. Amazing. We'll run through that whole scene very quickly now. Okay, so we're going to start with greedy little mousey who's nibbling at my housey. The wind, the heavenly wind. Okay, here we go. Greedy little mousey who's nibbling at my housey. Ready? And greedy little mousey who's nibbling at my housey. Looking around. Who is it? The wind. The wind, the wind, the heavenly wind. And again, with just a touch of menace, greedy little mousey. Greedy little mousey who's nibbling at my housey. Who said that? Just the wind. The wind, the wind, the heavenly wind. And now we're going to do our kind laugh morphing into witch laugh. Ready? And into our hocus pocus. Hocus pocus, starting soft. Ready? And hocus pocus, bonus jocus, a bit louder. Bonus jocus, malus locus, louder still. Malus locus, last hocus pocus, loud. Hocus pocus, and now whispering. Hocus pocus, once more. Hocus pocus. Witchy laugh, go for it. Fantastic. Happy Halloween, everyone. Amazing. Who am I handing over to? Well done. Last two vocals, brilliant. Over to
Thank you, Nia. That was amazing. Now, seamlessly, we're going to get rid of the witch and we're going to push her into the oven. So this is getting exciting. Let me just share my music first so that it's already here. Good. So we're going to do an exercise to get rid of the witch. So let's see if I have to move. That's fine. Move a little bit further back. So we'll start by, we'll think about, here is the witch trying to show Gretel that she should actually lean into the oven or towards the oven so that the witch can push her in, push the children in. But Gretel is quite smart, so she is pretending that she doesn't understand what the witch wants her to do. So we have a little bit of the dialogue with the witch and Gretel here. So we're going to start by stepping one leg to the side and then leaning to the side. So Gretel's thinking, oh, do I need to lean that way? And then she comes back and makes that big, like, I don't know what you're trying to get me to do. And then we'll do a big, nice circle with the arms, like, no idea. We'll take that to the other side. Now she's leaning to the other way. So just taking one leg to the side and leaning there. And we'll come back to the center and just shrug the shoulders, do our, well, I don't know, no idea, and a big circle here. Good. Now, the witch is getting a bit impatient, so she's like, oh, let me show. So she's going to push Gretel to the side, push with the other arm, and then just stepping a little bit wider. It doesn't have to be super wide here, just a bit wider stand so that we're ready to show. Okay? So let's just do that much. We're going to take from the top, one leg to the side, leaning. Gretel leans, comes back, does that shrug of the shoulders. Don't know what you mean. No idea. Lovely. And then take that to the other side, leaning, as pretending that that's what the witch wants you to do. No idea. A big circle with the arms. Don't know what you mean. And then the witch comes and says, get out of the way. Get out of the way, let me show you. So we'll take a few steps to get into that wider stand. The music's quite dramatic here then. So the witch is showing how to lean forward towards the oven. So really use that support through the core here so that we can push our arms forward as we lean. So we get into a little sort of lengthening diagonal, and we'll look one way as to show, look, this is the way how it's done. And then we're going to call Gretel, come on, you do it. But she's still not like showing any signs of understanding what she's supposed to do. So the witch is leaning the other way. So leaning forward, but looking the other way and coming back and then calling Gretel again. Come on, you do it. But she's still not understanding what to do. So the last one, the witch is leaning forward, and let's take our hands to the leg so that we can get a little bit lower down, really lengthening through the spine. And she's getting a bit impatient here. Come on, this is the way how to do it. And then meanwhile, while the witch is leaning forward, we'll go back into being Gretel, and we're going to sneak behind the witch, and we'll do a little shh. And here comes the final push. So we're going to push with both arms, pull. And then we're going to kick with one leg, ha. And then we're going to kick with the other leg. Kick the witch in, and then we're going to do a big slam with the hand. Lovely. Let's just go quickly through the second part. So when the witch has pushed Gretel to the side and we march a little bit wider stand here, we're going to lean one way and look one side, and then we'll call Gretel in this way. And then we'll lean forward, reaching our arms and look the other way. And then we're going to call Gretel, but she's still not understanding what to do. So we'll then have a big lean forward, taking the hands onto the legs. And meanwhile, Gretel's going to sneak behind her. And we can do a little shh, have a little look around. She's not seeing that we're actually behind. And we'll do a big push, push. And we'll kick. And we'll kick. And we'll slam the door. Fantastic. It's like kicking my microphone off here as well. Let's try that with the music. I like this because it's getting so dramatic with the music as well. So we'll start with our Gretel leaning to the side and not really knowing what to do. Here we go, leg to the side and lean, shrugging. And big circle, no idea. Leaning the other way. And don't know what you mean. Circle. Here comes the witch. Push. Push. And marching a bit wider. leaning to show, falling in, leaning the other way. This is the way how you do it. Calling Gretel, and then into that big lean forward. And here comes sneaky Gretel. Getting ready. Here we go. Push, kick, kick, and slam. Brilliant. That's fantastic. I think just to make sure that we actually have killed the witch, we should do that one more time. That looks amazing. So, and really trying to be in the character, and the two different, like the sneaky Gretel and then the evil witch. That looks really good. Here we go. Sneaky Gretel leaning and not knowing. Big circle. What to do? Lean the other way. And shrug the shoulders. Big circle. And now the witch. Push. Push and marching. And we'll lean one way. Calling Gretel. Good. Lean the other way. Look. Call her in. And then leaning forward. And we'll turn into sneaky Gretel. Shh. Getting our hands ready. Just have a little look around. Here we go. Push, kick, kick, and slam the door. Fantastic. I'm sure she's dead now. All the way in the oven. Very good. I shall hand over to Louisa, I think, for the next.
Thanks, Rosa. We're just gonna get moving and grooving through our feet before we come up to standing. So just follow me. Got a nice spotlight on me again. The weather is changing like you wouldn't believe today. Okay. We're sitting out nice and tall in our chairs. Here we go. We're going to start with a circle of one foot and the other foot. Again, circling and the other. Now bouncing our heels and our toes. Back to heels for 4 and toes for 4. Step into the side, other foot and in. Doing that again to the side. Coming in. Good. Taking a brush, we brush and drop. Lifting our heels and down. Other side, brush and drop. Heels up and down. Take a paddle shot and other leg leaning. Yes. Now for 2, 2. Head again for 2. And shoulders. Let's go for once. Last time. And 3. Gorgeous. Lovely. Oh, let me pause that before it carries on. Great. We're going to come to standing now if you'd like to. So just pressing through your legs and coming up to find a standing position. And if you want some water or a very quick break, please do feel free to take that now before we come on to our plie.
So just to say that for this, it's a little bit different plie this time, but the first standing exercise, you do not need to have your chair if you don't want it. If you like it there, if you want to stay standing, you can have your chair there to use it as a support. Or if you want to do seated, This one has a lot of upper body and arm movement, so it's very easy to do it seated, so there isn't that much leg. We do some pliés and transfers of weight, but it is very easy to adapt it just doing the arm movements if you want to stay seated. Just wait a moment. Wrist. Jill and Stuart. This Jill. That's it, good. Turning that this way. Waiting for Stuart, I think. Then we're all here. There we go. So I shall spotlight myself. There we go. The other device into gallery so I can see what everyone's doing. So now the witch is dead and the children are wakening up. So we have all these gingerbread children that are actually children that are trapped into being gingerbread people, gingerbread children. So it's a quite nice exercise to just sort of explore a bit more freely the body and the movements in your arms and upper body specifically. So we'll stand freely, and if you again want to have the chair, then have it there, and have a little bend in the knees. And we'll think about that we've been trapped into being that very static gingerbread, and we're now awakening from that. So we'll just start by sort of exploring our fingers, almost like you haven't moved them for a while and you just try to feel how does that feel to move my fingers. And then we'll start to make that a little bit more into the lower parts of the arm. So how does it feel to move from my elbow joint, from my wrist? And you can take the arms in the space and really being aware of that sense of how does that feel to have these amazing arms and hands that I can move in the space. We'll take a little bit of a free exploration here. Lovely. And then it's almost like that you got to touch yourself to experience again that how does it feel to be alive. So a bit like we do in our warm-ups often, we're just going to give one arm a little nice rub, go a little to the hand, and then we're going to pass that on to the other arm. So you can start from the hand going up, just feeling it's like that flesh again after being having been a gingerbread. How does that feel? Good. And then we're going to take 4 brushes with a little bouncy plie here as we go one side brush and 2 and 3, nice and bouncy. 4, changing this side, brush the other one, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Lovely. Then we're going to come into a plie, and almost like you think about scooping that air and smell and life, and really that sense of how does it feel to be alive as you take your arms up, lengthen the legs, and then we're going to softly release, like away with the arms and come into a plie. So let's do that again. I'm just going to do one of these, lifting up, lengthen, and then coming into a plie as you softly push the hands down. Good. We're going to then roll our shoulders, and as we do that, we're just going to shift the weight in that hip width apart position and roll the other one with a little bounce in our knees. 4 rolls. We're going to do that again, coming in that plie, lengthening, feeling that live softness in our body and pushing down with the arms. Good. 4 rolls with the shoulders and a little sort of soft plie here. It should feel like really nice, this exercise throughout. Good. 4. Lovely. Then we're just going to move on because it's quite nice to like sense of following me as we do this with the music. Last one, we're going to come into a sort of lunge into a diagonal, reaching our arms up and opening as we do that. Big opening, and then we'll come back into our hip width apart and do a little bouncy plie and a little just a release with our arms, like almost like you let go of the last bits of that gingerbread identity. And then we're going to go to the other corner, open as you lunge, shift the weight, coming back, and we'll finish with the shrug with the arms and little plie. Lovely. And that's the whole exercise. So let's do that to this lovely music that Nia's played, so you can get a little bit more of that feel, and I'll help you through. But there's quite a lot of that freedom in the movement, especially in the beginning, so you can explore that in the space. Here we go. So we'll start with our fingers, feeling how does it feel to move the fingers. Then starting to move the hands and the wrists. And then the arms, getting that live back anywhere in the space. And then we'll take one hand and start to feel through that arm, other arm. Feeling the hand and the fingers here. And we pass on that touch to the other hand. And then just squeezing the arm gently, rubbing up towards the shoulder. And we're going to go into our shrugging plies. 2. Bouncing. And 3. A nice release to the other side. Release. Lovely. One more. And then finding that length, we're going to gather that liveness, lengthen, pressing into a plie, and go through the shoulders. 2. Nice and soft. Lovely. Gather again. Up. And pushing down. And shoulders roll, roll. And we're going to come into a big opening. And back and a little shrug. And one more opening. And a shrug. Very good. That was lovely. Went a bit slower because I just wanted to spend a bit more time exploring the arms. That is amazing. I will pass on to Louisa now, where our story keeps going on now that the children have woken up.
Thank you, Rosa. So now we are going to do a little bit of a march and celebration, and that the witch is dead. It sounds a bit wrong, but it's actually a good thing. So we begin with a bit of a march in the space, and this can be quite free, as we've done previously. You can kind of march around your space and things, but the first section, let's do together. We're going to take a clap as we're marching through our feet. We're taking a clap on 1. So we're going a clap, 2, 3, and throw. Again, a clap, 2, 3, and throw. And then you're marching anywhere in the space for 16. You can stay on the spot if you want, but really thinking about swinging those arms. And then wherever you are in the space, you can carry on marching around your space. After 16 marches, we come back to those claps. We've got a clap, 2, 3, and throw. Again, a clap, 2, 3, and throw. and marching again for 16 counts, anywhere in the space. And then we're coming back to the center all together to face the screen. So that's really kind of like, you know, we're celebrating the witch is dead, throwing your arms up, lots of clapping and smiling, okay? So from there, we go into a bit more of a swing phrase here. So you can kind of get that movement through your feet and the introduction of the swing music, but we're getting ready to go to one side. So pick your side and point your foot out towards one side, ready to go. We're going to swing to one side, and as we do that, we're going to push, reenacting what happened to the witch. Bring those arms in and a push. 2 and a 3 and a 4. Good. So we do 4 of those, and then we're going to throw our arms up and then bring our arms down to the side, and we're crossing our hands here, which is like the ballet mime for dead. So we've got our fists clenched to one side, wrist across one another. Then we go do that 4 times. So arms up, throw, and 3 and 4. Good. And really use the weight of your arms there, because it's quite fast. So you just want to use that momentum of the arms falling to come into that cross to throw back up. Okay, so lots of energy through the arms on that bit. So done 4 of those, and then we just take 4 gentle swings. 3 and 4. To go back to the beginning, we've got our push in, 2 more, push in and a push in, arms throw up, down and up, down, up, down. And on the 4th one this time, 3, 4, we just bring our feet back into parallel, so we don't have those 4 extra swings. Okay, the music then changes back into our marching. So we've got our 1, a 2, a 3 and throw, repeating all of what we did at the beginning. And then we're coming back to our swing, but we're doing it on the other side. So whichever leg you pointed the first side, you're pointing the other one to push that way. I don't think we need to do that without music. I think we can just go for it. It's quite tiring. So I hope you're ready. Get all your energy reserves. Let's give this a go. And getting ready for our clapping all together to begin with. Here we go. A 5 and a clap. 3 and a throw. Again. Good. Throw. Marching round. Anywhere you want, you can stay on the spot. But we're getting ready to do our claps together. We got a clap. And a throw. Again. Good. And we throw. Marching. Very nice. And finding back to center. We're getting ready for our swing. Pointing one leg. We've got push and in. A push. 2 more. Good. Arms fly up. We've got up and down. 2 more. Good. Now 4 small swings. Back to our pushes. Push. Really push. Good. And we throw our arms up and down. Really using the weight of your arms there. Good. Bringing the feet back in. We've got our clap. A clap and a throw. Nice marching. And a throw. Anywhere you want, swinging those arms. Really nice. And we clap. And a throw. And throw. Coming, marching through. Back to center. Very good. Right, we're going back to the other way, whichever way you didn't go before. Pointing the foot, ready to push. And push. Good. 1 more. Arms throw up to that side. 2 more. 4 easy swings. Goodness me, that was good stuff. All right, we'll come to a cool down now. I'll pass over to Rosa.
Right. Make sure I'm not muted. That was amazing. Lots of movement going on there. So let's come into a little cool down and we sort of do our end scene with this one. So the father and the mother are coming, and they found the children. There's all happy ending. So just find a sort of slightly wider base here and follow me for this one. Starting with a little sway. We're gonna open, just like we greet all these children that've been trapped into our gingerbread. And here is our dad, hugging in, reaching the other arm and hug. And then we come into that plie, reach, and come back into your hug and reaching. And then a gentle sway, sway, sway. And then we show our pocket. We don't have any money. And that all the way over, like we spread the money. Let's do that again. Pockets empty. And all the way over. But that doesn't matter. Reaching towards the children and taking a big hug. And bringing some heat into our palms. Placing into our hearts. And just sharing to each other. And gathering all that loveliness in. Little squeeze and a clap. Well done. Lovely. Beautiful. All happy ending for this one, as always. Now, that is the end of our story of Hansel and Gretel. You'd like to come, take your time to come back to your seat. If you're standing, if you like, unmute yourself.
Thank you. That was fantastic as always.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Oh.
Nice. It was great fun.
Yeah, good stuff.
Quite exhilarating too.
Mm.
With our arms everywhere.
Very dynamic. Yeah. It's good. Good exercise.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm looking forward to being back in the space with everyone. But like Rosa said, if people can't come for whatever reason, then we absolutely will still keep making pre-recorded videos for everybody to join in with. So yeah, and that's trying to cater for all circumstances and things, and do let us know if you've got any other ideas. But yeah, hopefully we've covered all bases.
Yeah, and I think we've also agreed to do a few more of the standing classes that are just pre-recorded towards the end of the term. So there will be just more resources in terms of that as well. Yeah, and we'll do Nutcracker next. Be all Christmassy and bling bling.
Yeah, exercises, won't you? At the end of it, you'll have a lot of almost like a library of exercise classes. It's very good.
Yeah.
So they are all available. I have obviously, because now we recorded the Zoom classes, which only you have the link. We're not going to put them on the website, but they're all the ones that we actually have filmed. And the Nutcracker, there's 3 ones that we filmed, all of us in the same space. So they will then be available as well. We put them on the website and get Claire to send the link, so they're all in the same space.
Great. It's brilliant.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
No problem. It's a pleasure, really.
I I think I should say, I'd be embarrassed to say this, but I made a decision earlier that unless it was kind of plan B stuff, I wasn't going to do anything indoors this year. So I told Claire, so I won't be coming to these sessions, the Nutcracker ones. I just
Okay.
want to tell everybody else, and I'll review the situation. Yeah, I'm sorry, I've just had very close situations. I don't want to talk about it. But
Yeah, no, thank you, Stuart. I mean, completely. That's why, you know, for cases like that as well, that's why we've done the pre-records, because I completely understand that, you know, some people aren't comfortable coming into the space and things. I absolutely get that. So that's why we want to still continue trying to, you know, make sure that everybody can access things, you know, with all concerns covered. So yeah, completely fine, Stuart. I mean, we'll absolutely miss you, you know, you are amazing. But yeah, hopefully, you know, you can join us sometime in the spring and see how things go, but keep in touch with us.
Yeah, no, I want to come. I really do. I mean, I desperately do want to come.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have the same thing. I do another class, a Qigong class, which is the same situations I was in. I'll review it next year.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we're going to have said only have 4 sessions live because of the one Monday will be taken on that filming. So, and then we have the 3 recorded classes. So it's not like massively you will miss. And then hopefully in the spring things will look better. But we will do our best we will do the lat flow test in the morning before or the day before, or morning before the day, and then do everything we can to try to keep everyone safe. But of course, like that's totally understandable, and we'll try to keep producing the videos and things, as Louisa said.
Are you planning that everybody who comes to class has an upload test? It seems crazy you doing it and not the rest of us.
Yeah, that's the advice, I think, Sally, that everybody would partake in that to, you know, to make sure everyone stays as safe as possible.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, so that would, if everyone can do that. And
Still no guarantee, but it's a big piece of reassurance, isn't it?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Until next Monday.
Bye-bye. Thank you very, very much.
See you next Monday. Have a good week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
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 Bye, Beatrice. Have a good week.
Bye.
Have a good week. Bye bye. See you on Monday.
See you Monday.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Oh.
No?
I can end it here. Should we go to the other meeting?
Yeah.